Well, they talked to all three Nebraska quarterbacks over there after the spring game that was won by the White, 25-21. But I'm not sure that all three scholarship quarterbacks are going to be the star of the day. I think that goes to Dylan Raiola. He had a pretty good day, folks, a really good day, actually, and he lived up to the hype, at least for one day in a spring game against a hodgepodge of defensive players. Raiola played really well. In the first half, he threw 2 touchdowns. He completed 15 of 21 passes, unofficially somewhere around 259 yards in that first half. He danced around. He made plays. He threw a long touchdown to Jalen Lloyd. He threw a shorter one as well to Janiron Bonner. Beautifully thrown ball on a corner route to the back corner over there. He threw some balls in the middle of the field. He threw some quick routes out to tight ends. Dylan Raiola looked pretty darn good today, folks. I was impressed. Now, I was also impressed with Heinrich Harburg, who didn't throw nearly as many passes because he threw a couple of long touchdowns, including one to Ja'Cory Barney. Danny Kaelin didn't have as many opportunities, it felt like, today. They didn't let him throw it deep. He had a couple of bad breaks. He maybe didn't have his best day, but he also had some moments, too, with a 2-minute drive right before the first half where he completed some nice passes. The thing that maybe also jumps out, other than Dylan Raiola, are the receivers. Nebraska's receivers today were pretty darn good. Jalen Lloyd looks like he's taken a jump in year 2. Malachi Coleman did not play today because he was banged up. I like Isaiah Nayor. He is the transfer from Texas, didn't play much there. They had, I believe, 2 guys picked in the first 2 rounds of the NFL draft, so I guess you kind of know why he wasn't playing much there, but he looked pretty good today. He can run. And Ja'Cory Barney, who had a 78-yard kickoff return and also a 41-yard touchdown catch from Heinrich Harburg on a go route. He looks awfully good. There are guys on this team that are going to play a lot. They're young guys, they're new guys. And Dante Dowdell, the running back transfer from Oregon, I don't think he's at the top of the heap. I still think it's Emmett Johnson, and I know they like Gabe Ervin when he comes back healthy, but I think Dante Dowdell put himself in the mix today with a 48-yard touchdown run and just general good physical running from him. Nebraska's defense was down a bunch of guys. Again, it was a hodgepodge. You know, the pass rush wasn't really allowed to get home for sacks. I think they got one maybe there in the fourth quarter, but it wasn't that kind of day for the defense. They did some nice things. DeAndre Barnes made a play. Ethan Nation got a pick. Mason Jones, a reserve DB, got a pick as well. There were some moments on the defensive side of the ball, but today really was about the offense. Throwing the ball, catching the ball, and Dylan Raiola, he played really well, folks. I think he does a really nice job of improvising when he gets out in traffic. His arm strength makes things a little bit easier than it does for some other players, so he can throw against his body and throw accurately in ways that maybe some other guys can't. And I thought he did a really nice job of just kind of running the offense. There were a few hiccups here and there, and there was a potential difficult injury today for cornerback Bly Hill, who had a non-contact injury. We saw him walking off on crutches after the game. That could be tough, folks, because Bly Hill might have been their other starting corner. So there is sort of a sad note out of today, and that would have been the injury. But overall, I think Nebraska's offense probably took a leap in the offseason, and it looked like they threw the football a lot better today, even than they did last spring. Okay, for the Omaha World-Herald and Husker Extra, I'm Sam McKewon.